AskReddit. What things should people never Google? Rate of survival when you got cancer. Found out firsthand. Toucher massacre. Dagestan beheading massacre films. Russian soldiers surrendered to extremist forces hoping to become POWs. Unfortunately, they were deceived and Chechen commander Umaredil Sultanov ordered his soldiers to cut the prisoners' throats as revenge for his fallen comrades. You'll get to listen to the cries of young men and their futile efforts to stay alive in these tapes. Edit. As many have pointed out. Yes, the gurgling sounds are quite bad. Hopefully, you have a strong mind and stomach. So I support schools doing web security for their kids. One call we got was they had been doing an engineering class and they actually asked their kids to image search things longer than 6 inches. Yeah. Don't Google that unless you have safe search enabled. I always get a kick out of looking at their keyword block list. Some of the crap middle school kids search for is hilarious. Explain more. Please. Mostly lots of terrible misspellings of sexual terms. Suggestion. If you're worried about seeing images, use Urban Dictionary. Edit. Thanks for the awards, everyone. Injuries involving degloving. My daughter, who is an OBS Ginny doctor, managed to deglove a finger a couple of years ago by dropping a heavy door on it. Blood everywhere. Everywhere. We rushed her to A&E and it got regloved. After some more surgery and rehab, she was able to resume her career, including the surgeries that she performs. Jimmy Fallon I think had a degloving injury a few years back and it was the first time I heard of it. I think he recovered fine, but after that I quit wearing rings. There used to be this subreddit called Enough Internet, which was god awful. There were videos of people dying by chainsaws, toothpicks down dick holes, people cutting off arms. It really changed me. Yeah. One day I decided to look at the top posts of Enough Internet. And about the 5th thing I saw was a guy thrown from a train speeding through a station, hitting a column and getting cut in half at the waist. That's when I realized that this was pretty tame stuff for the sub and it was only going to get worse. Anything related to a crime you're about to commit. I sometimes worry about my search history. I'm genuinely quite a curious person. For example, I read about articles involving some crime or another and then inevitably my curiosity gets the better of me and I end up searching for things related to it. The other day I read about someone in my area who got arrested and then released after being accused of taking photos of school children in public. What he'd actually done was take a photo of a bad driver's number plate. But the photo included school children in the background and somebody on Facebook reported him to the police. This led me to Google. Without thinking. Is it illegal to take photos of children in public in the UK? If I ever get falsely accused of a crime, there's a fair chance my search history could get used against me. Same. I went down a rabbit hole yesterday and ended up watching videos on how to make meth and chloroform. My first thought was the name of the show you are watching on Netflix. Because you get spoilers. Boy am I an innocent. You are what gives the future hope. Hernia gangrene. I worked in a burn ICU wound care unit. I saw this more than I ever thought. Mostly it was older, diabetic truck drivers. An NBA player named Evan Fournier was nicknamed Never Google any Pokemon image search with Safe Off. There was this band from Indonesia a few years back. I don't know if they are still around. They are a hardcore punk band. And they are named after a song called Under 18 by a classic NYC hardcore band called Warzone. A song about shows being all ages and generally inclusive. My friend was over at my place and I played them for him. He decided to Google them for more info. He searched Under 18 Indonesian hardcore on my computer. I'm definitely on a list somewhere because of him. What can I say except he should have seen it coming. Cyclopia human. I made the mistake after watching Futurama. One of the characters, Leela, only has one eye. But human Cyclopia is a lethal birth defect and not the cool sci-fi stuff I expected. Seriously. Do not Google it. How does it look? They don't always get one eye. It's more like only one socket develops and they try to shove both eyes into it. One year my mom bought some female relatives some nice winter coats. Red with black fur trim. She wanted to get matching hand warmers. Called muffs. So she googled. Black muffs. It did not go well. Still a hand warmer tbh. Google image necrotizing fasciitis. Flesh-eating bacteria. Carbuncle. You think you're going to see the cute little blue fox creature from Final Fantasy. You won't. Mr. Hands. The best part is that the video has an inventory. It is currently sitting at a 6, 9, 10. What the duck is Mr. Hands and why is everyone so afraid of it? It's a video of a guy getting ducked to death by a very large horse. Try typing mountain chicken. It's not bad or anything. It's just stupid. Edit. Thank you for all the likes and the badge. IDK how I got that much lol. Is it a chicken on a mountain? Coprophiliac dwarf women with misshapen tits. Why do you know this? For science. Of course. First off. In the rare case you're using a shared work computer. Front desk. Production room. Lab. etc. You should always Google in incognito mode. That way when other people, like me for example, use the computer that was previously used by my coworker for example, you don't see local abortion clinics as a recent search term when you're trying to find a local pizzeria, for example, and treat that as the reason why you're working the holidays because said coworker is sick. For example, you were looking for delivery. They were looking for takeout. Reddit 50/50. I googled it. It's the first and last time I will Google something that's here. Degloving. Really? Don't. Yes. I'm an ED nurse and it still makes me sick. What's worse is if you could Google the smell of gangrene. That's one smell you will never forget. I regret my decision to not listen to you. Any symptoms you have? Trying to figure out what's wrong with you through Google is the quickest way to freak yourself out. One time I had a terrible headache. And Google told me I had a major brain tumor, brain cancer, and a possible broken fractured skull. Japanese girls masturbating with a live octopus uncensored, but also random things in penis hole. I saw one where they put a load of eels up a girl's ass with a funnel and hose. She shoots them out like a machine gun. I mean, probably. 2 girls. Oh, who am I kidding? By googling the other comments here I have to say this one has become easy peasy lemon squeezy. 1 man 1 jar. 2 girls 1 cup. Mr. Hands. 2 kids 1 sandbox. Degloving. Ring avulsion. This is basically just gore. Google. If you Google, every other person around you will think you are an idiot. If you type Google into Google, you can break the internet. My music teacher would Google, then Google YouTube and then search whole sentences worth of content looking for Wikipedia articles. Needless to say, nobody ever corrected her, so our classes were very entertaining lol. I can hear the snickering now. Must resist urge to Google everything. YouTube rewind. Nice try. FBI. Not today. CIA. Number. I did not just Google all of the comments on this post. I need some eye bleach. Edit. Why did my most upvoted comment have to be about something this weird? Blue waffles. This is the perfect disease for Redditors to contract as their sex lives are also fictitious. Prolapsed rectum. Edit. Damn, I've never been upvoted this much before. Awesome, I guess. You haven't been truly disturbed until you've seen 2 girls with massive fake tits rubbing their prolapsed anuses together. Wow, you are so wonderful for listening. Hit like button and subscribe.